Today I will teach you how to apply multiple time frame analysis on Forex market. We will study higher time frames analysis, intraday analysis, and trade execution techniques. I will share with you a ready to trade signal, and we will discuss advanced steps for profitable top-down trading. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and let's start. In order to teach you multiple time frame analysis, we will analyze three different Forex pairs: Aussie dollar, Euro CAD, and Euro Yen. Multiple time frame analysis strictly starts with the higher time frame, and the first time frame that we will analyze is the daily time frame. Your task on a daily time frame is to identify key levels and execute trend analysis. The first pair that we will analyze is Euro Yen. We are on a daily time frame, and our task will be to identify where the market is going, what is the current market trend. Zooming out the chart, we can see that the global trend on the pair is obviously bullish. And then if we zoom in the chart, we can spot that just recently the pair set a new higher close on it daily. It confirms that the trend still remains bullish. And for us, the best strategy to follow here is to follow the trend and to look for buying. And the safe point for us to buy the market will be a key horizontal support, the structure from where the next bullish wave will most likely initiate. So after you identify the market trend, you should identify the closest structures from where you can open a trade. Analyzing the recent price action, we have a very significant structure here. It was a strong resistance in the past, and obviously after a breakout it turned into support from where a bullish wave may initiate. Also remember that this correctional movement on the pair may continue, so it is highly recommendable to identify at least two structures. Our next strong structure that we can identify on the pair is that rising trend line. It is a vertical support that was respected 3 times in a row by the market in the past. And of course, from that trend line in future, we may see a strong bullish movement. We spotted that Euro Yen is bullish and trading in a bullish trend, and then we identified 2 supports from where we can look for buying. Your next task will be to wait for a test of one of the structures, and you can see that the price is testing that support at the moment. When you see the test of structure, then you can start analyzing lower time frames. The second pair that we'll analyze is Euro CAD pair, and again let's start with the trend analysis. Global trend on the pair is bearish, and if we zoom in the chart, we can spot that locally the market is consolidating, and you can see that for the last couple of weeks the market was very weak, and we formed 2 ranges: one very narrow range where the price was consolidating, and also this range. So at the moment we see that the pair is weak, and we can consider trading the pair within these ranges. What recently happened with the pair violated the support of a smaller range, and at the moment we see the test of a broken support of the range that now turned into resistance. For us, it can be a nice point for potential shorting, for catching a pullback from that broken structure. Aussie dollar pair, daily time frame. Executing trend analysis, we can spot that from the beginning of the year, the pair was very bearish, and definitely we were trading in a bearish trend. However, once we reached that structure low, the market started to trade in a minor bullish trend. We can see the sequence of higher lows and higher highs here. And analyzing the price action within this minor bullish trend, we can see that the price started to respect that major rising trend line. That trend line was the resort for the buyers to buy from, and 3 times in a row we saw very strong bullish movements from that trend line. We may assume that that trend line will be respected by the market in future, and for us that trend line can be a perfect point to buy the market from. Also, just below the trend line we also have a horizontal support here, so definitely these 2 structures should be on focus. The test of that trend line is a signal for us to start analyzing lower time frames and look for continuation to buy the pair from that trend line. The second time frame that we will apply is the 4-hour time frame. On the 4-hour time frame, we will look for the patterns that confirm our predictions. Here is what happened with Euro and here after a test of that daily broken structure. On the 4-hour time frame, we have a very important bullish clue here. You can see that the pair was very bearish and we saw a very strong correctional movement. However, once we reached our broken structure here in a 4-hour time frame, we formed a doji candle. Doji candle signifies the weakness of sellers here. You can see that locally sellers were dominating, but once we reached that support, the pair stopped falling. We stopped, and that is the indication for us that the market found equilibrium and that sellers stopped selling. If we analyze how EuroCAD reacted to that broken support of the range on a daily, we can spot again a very important bearish clue here. You can see that the pair turned very bullish. However, after the test of the broken structure, we formed a very strong rejection here. By the rejection, I mean that the wick of that candle here is bigger than its body. It simply means that we were forming a very strong bullish candle. The range of that bullish candle was very wide. However, once the price tested that support, selling pressure became so strong that the price dropped to that level. For us, it is the perfect indication of the strength of that broken structure. Now let's investigate what happened with Aussie dollar pair after a test of that rising trend line. If we open a 4-hour time frame, here we can spot that first the price formed a high momentum bearish candle. We were falling sharply, but once that trend line was reached, we formed very weak candles here. And here we have a perfect example of the inside bar formation. The inside bar formation means that the candles started to trade within the range of that candle. It is the perfect indicator of the weakness of the market. It is the perfect indicator that the market became very weak and that sellers stopped selling. The third time frame that we will analyze is the hourly time frame. On an hourly time frame, we will look for a confirmation signal. Let's investigate what happened with Euro-Yen pair after a test of that daily support on an hourly time frame. Opening an hourly time frame, we should analyze the price action and candlesticks. And here we have multiple very peculiar clues. The first clue to consider are the candlesticks. So we have multiple rejections here. We have a doji candle and we also have the inside bar formation. So we have multiple signs of weakness here, and also with the rejection we see the signs of strength of that support. From the price action perspective here, we have the range, the consolidation range where the price is currently stuck. Within that range, the trading volumes are accumulating and big players are deciding where the market will go next. What will be our signal here? What will be our confirmation to buy Euro-Yen if at the moment we see the weakness and the consolidation within that range? Obviously, a bullish signal for us will be a bullish violation of the resistance of the range. It will be the important sign of strength of the buyers. The violation of the resistance of the range will signify that that minor resistance doesn't hold anymore and that buyers are willing to push the price higher. After the price violates the resistance of the range, for you it will be a signal to buy the pair. And then there will be two options: to buy aggressively after the candle closes above or to buy on a retest. Personally, I always trade on a retest. Buying the pair on a retest, set your stop loss strictly below the lows of the range. It will be your safest stop loss. And your target, if you are an intraday trader, if you trade the Forex pairs within the day, then your target will be the closest intraday resistance. And our closest intraday resistance will be over here. That should be your goal for the trade. If you are a trend following trader and if you want to catch a trend following movement here, then obviously your target can be much higher. And being a trend following trader, you can easily anticipate a bullish movement at least to current highs. So your profit potential for this trade will be much bigger. And also remember that for now there is no signal for us to buy, and the price may easily drop and violate the support of the range. If the candle closes below the support of the range, it will invalidate that trading setup, and for us it will be the signal to look for a new confirmation. If we analyze how EuroCAD reacted to that broken support of the range on an hourly time frame, here we see a strong rejection. Again, you can see that we formed a very long wick right here, signifying the strength of that broken structure. If we analyze the price action here, we can spot that the pair formed a very nice rising channel, or the expanding wedge. And within this expanding wedge, the pair started to consolidate. And you can see that we have a range here, the range where the price is currently stuck. What will be our bearish signal here? What should we look for to confirm the strength of the sellers, and what should we look for to open short position? My recommendation to you is to wait for a bearish breakout of both the support of that wedge. Yes, you can see that the support of the wedge for now is the point from where buyers are buying. So its bearish violation will be an important signal. And also the violation of the support of that range will increase the probabilities that the signal is not false. So we will wait for an hourly candle close below the trend line and that minor horizontal support. When the price closes below them too, we can open a trading position from the broken support of the wedge or from the broken minor horizontal support. Opening our position there, we set our stop loss above the highs, and our take profit will be the closest strong support. It is over here. So that will be our perfect short trade for EuroCAD. Now all focus is on Aussie dollar pair. Let's analyze how the price reacted to that rising trend line on an hourly time frame. Opening an hourly time frame, I must say that I already opened a long position on the pair. If we analyze the price action here and the candlesticks, you can see that the price nicely respected that trend line. We were falling sharply, but once that trend line was reached, you can see how perfectly the price respected that, and we formed multiple wick candles here. Then if we analyze the price action, we can spot that here the price started to trade within a horizontal range. You can see that we started to consolidate within that narrow range. And then the price bounced. The price bounced and we successfully violated the resistance of the range. It was a very important bullish signal for me. It was the signal of the strength of the buyers here. So I made a decision with my students to open a long position on the pair. Long position was opened on a retest of a broken resistance of the range. Stop loss is lying below that support cluster that we identified on a daily. And if you are a day trader, your perfect target will be the closest intraday resistance, and our closest intraday resistance is here based on that resistance cluster, so we can anticipate a bullish movement at least to that structure. And if you are looking for an extra confirmation on Aussie dollar pair next week, keep monitoring the price action. Here on an hourly time frame, we now have one more range, a bigger range. Here is the resistance of the range and here is the support of the range. You can patiently wait for a breakout of the resistance of that range. It will give you even stronger and more powerful confirmation. Once an hourly candle closes above the resistance of the range, buy the market on a retest anticipating a bullish continuation. Here will be your target and stop loss will lie below that support cluster. The main thing about multiple time frame analysis is that you should be extremely patient and you should open a trading position only after a strong confirmation that you spot on intraday time frames. Let me know your this in the comment section if you have any questions. Also, if you want to learn multiple time frame analysis, do not forget to check my premium course, the link in the description below. Thank you for watching and do not forget to check my other videos.